Nice.
Let's see, you're attacking, well, let's see. You are attacking an armor class of 7. Your THACO is what, 19? So 19 minus 7 is 12. That's a miss, I'm sorry.
That's a miss, yep.
That is a miss. All right.
Right.
I'm going to do the same, Dave, but I'll go ahead and I'm right there, so I'm going to do a quick karate kick, kind of like a double axe kick right into it.
All right, so you went ahead and moved, so you attack. You miss as well. Dax are still screeching and streaking. So is anyone going to, let's see, any missile attacks?
Oh!
All right, so Bella, you moved. A 20 is definitely a hit. So you can go ahead and roll damage.
Anybody cast silence?
All right. So Bella does a total of
Number 7.
3 health.
She got a 20 though.
Yeah, it's just an automatic hit. There's no crit damage in basic D&D. Nope. Unless you guys want to house rule that in, you just multiply it by 2. But then again, if the monsters crit, they double damage too.
I wish
They get it.
used with a different system.
Yeah. No, what a 20 means in basic D&D, no matter if you're attacking a -5 AC or a -10 AC, it would automatically be a hit. Even though you had to roll like a 26 or 27 hit, it would be a hit. All right, so let's see. Brutus, I think you need to roll an attack first, right?
I just rolled the wrong one. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So that is actually a miss also, because you need a 12. Uh-oh. You guys are rolling bad.
We're rolling like crap.
Yeah, these are the dog mushrooms. These are shady.
Slim Shadies. All right, so it looks like we're doing no magic. Everybody's already moved and done hand-to-hand. Let's go ahead and go to the next round, which the Shriekers are continually screaming.
It seems these mushroom heads only like females.
Wah, wah,
There's
wah.
so much I could go with that, but it's a kids show, so.
I look over that furries and I missed.
Wah, wah. That was bad. All right, so let's go to the Shriekers. The Shriekers are still shrieking, and the Shriekers looks like they're starting to move. So they are going to take their movement, which is about here, and they're shrieking as they're moving. Okay, so let's go next to anyone doing, I guess you all are doing movement and attacks, so go ahead.
Yep.
Let's run.
Everybody run and attack.
No,
That's
I mean, let's run
Wilbur?
away.
Yeah, hit there, Super Dave. Roll for damage.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
Wilbur,
points
you
to
killed Shrieker
four.
number 4. Wow.
Yeah, straight I did. Nobody
Now
runs.
you have
You
spores
killed
in your
Shrieker number
throat.
4. All right. Who else is attacking? Very nice. Both of you hit, both Bella and Brutus. Bella and Brutus are probably both attacking Shrieker 10. And it looks like Shrieker 10 is dead also from both of them hitting it.
I'll move and attack.
All right, Dax. That is a miss. You need a 12 to hit.
They're so
that's a miss.
short. My punches are going over their head. I'm used to hitting taller things is what the problem.
We'll skip everything else. The Shrieker does run. That gets to probably about right here. It looks like it's going to start running down the hallway. And it's shrieking as it's running, which, fortunately for you guys, the shrieking isn't as loud as it was. But unfortunately, you could still hear it echoing throughout the chamber. So you guys can go ahead and take your move and gangbang this thing, and hopefully you take it out.
Actually, Dave, maybe I want to run up to that door and spike it shut. Because you said that the door was closed. I want to run up and spike it just in case something.
Sure, I'll let you do that. You run up and start spiking it. Oh, you mean spiking the door that you came in? Okay, that's good. we'll just make a note that that is spiked. You're continuing to pull out your, you pull out your stuff and you're starting to spike. So we'll say you'll be done by the time the end of next round.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
no
Shrieker is continuing to run. So you guys go ahead and take your movements. You notice that there's a door on your right, and then this corridor kind of turns to the right as well, and then there's another door on your left-hand side. So Brutus, that's a nice hefty spear attack, Brutus. Brutus basically kills the last Shrieker with a 9 damage. Very nice.
Those little punks are kind of hard to hit. Kind of squirmy.
Squirrely little things.
Like chasing baby Groot down a hallway. Come here.
So the echoing, it eventually stops after about 15 seconds or so. So why don't one of you give me a, let's see, one second. I need to check out the shriek mechanic here. Okay, go ahead and give me a D6. You guys are so lucky. Here's the shriek mechanic. Usually I don't read this out, but usually for an encounter, it's a 1 for a random wandering monster. An encounter for each room is 1 or 2, but the shriek is on a 1d6 roll, a 4, 5, or 6 has an encounter. You guys are rolling when you need to roll high and when you need to roll. That's good. So about a minute goes by.
To kill shriekers, then
Yeah.
we roll like crap for a little bit.
So Dax gets this door spiked shut. You guys are going to get some more experience. How much are these shriekers worth? Ooh, wow. Holy crap. So you guys have about a minute has gone by, and there's been no monsters that have joined you, per se.
We're all just
Right.
kind of on
Check
pins
this.
and needles.
Let's go
just,
check
looking
out the,
around, waiting.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go
Same.
check out those thrones.
Again, teenage girl,
All right, I get to set up.
throne.
Plus, I got to poop, so.
Suddenly.
I'm going to go ahead
He sits
and...
down, he's got his spear up, and he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I could be in charge of this place. This will be
Ooh.
all right.
Look
So
at
are
that,
shriekers poisonous to eat?
Everybody gets
Or-
a whopping 36 experience for those 3 encounters that you guys had. Like I said, if you have an experience bonus, go ahead and add your bonus on, but your XP is coming from treasure for the most part, so. All right, adventurers. So you guys are back on the throne room. Couple of ways to travel south and west.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
recommend
check
you
out
guys-
the
Yeah, I recommend don't just sit down. There's going to be something crazy.
Bella, did you put the boots on? Are you wearing the boots? Or
Yes.
are you okay? So
Yeah,
every
the
time
boots
you
are
take a step, it's silent. Every once in a while you may make a scuffling noise, but for the most part, every time you take a step is 90% of the time silent. So it's pretty good.
But if she put him on the wrong foot, is he really loud?
I would say that would probably go maybe 50-50 chance if she put him on the wrong foot. 2 left feet, I guess I say.
She's old enough to know how to put shoes on.
I would imagine so. So it doesn't look like there's anything. I guess you guys are probably checking out the marble thrones.
Oh yeah.
Why don't one person give me a D6? I'll take the first one rolled. Of course, all right. All right. So let's see. All right, got to roll again. We've already got that. All right, not bad. So as you guys are searching, one of you finds a sort of like a false door on the back of one of the thrones, and you open it up, and there is a beautiful onyx statue that you pull out. And the statue is whatever you want it to be. And
Statue of a cat.
okay, then it is an onyx cat statue, and you're looking at it, and you're like, wow, that's probably worth around 200 gold pieces.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Check this out, guys. I'm gonna call him Felix.
Felix? Nice. Okay, so I added the onyx statue to your party sheet. So that's 200 experience, once you sell it.
Sweet.
That's what's all
So
it.
I happen to, anytime I've seen a throne room, there's always like a way to get out of here in case things go ugly. So there's got to be a secret door around here somewhere. And I'm going to start searching the walls behind the thrones, see if I can find a door that leads out.
So your thought is that there's some kind of a secret exit from the throne.
Yeah. So you're having an audience, things get ugly.
That's a great idea. Help me try to push this throne over.
The monarch's got to get out here in a hurry.
You can't move the throne. It's built into the floor.
Oh, that sucks.
Even being
I'm gonna
pretty
check out
strong and multiple people just cannot move it. And what were you going to
I
do,
want
Bella?
to check out the fabric of the draperies on the wall
The
and check
tapestries?
behind them.
Sure. You move all of the tapestries, and there's probably 10 tapestries, 5 on each side, and there's nothing behind any of the tapestries. And you actually check all 10 of them. So you're kind of scouring that wall, Wilbur. I mean, not Wilbur, but Brutus, and you're unable to find any kind of false doors or anything like that.
What about on the columns? Maybe those columns can rotate or something.
All I'm saying is these guys weren't very smart. They don't have a way to get out of here in a hurry.
Well, there are plenty of ways to get out of here.
Yeah, there's like 25 doors.
But no,
But they're all on
you check all
other
the
side of
pillars.
room, right?
Oh, I mean, that's a good idea. Back at the monastery, we had all kinds of secret doors in and out of
Maybe
places.
this is a false throne room, like just to throw people off the scent.
Maybe. Could be.
Try to push the dais.
Yeah, you push the dais, you check all of the pillars, you find nothing else. Just that small little hidden compartment in one of the thrones.
Yeah, we already got Felix. Let's go to the next room, guys. So I'll
He's
go
a
to
wonderful
this door
cat.
and Go to this door and
All right.
push it open.
All right, roll me a d6 if you would, good sir. All right, Brutus, you open up the door, and it looks like some type of worship room. Looks like a place where you would talk to the gods. So on the back wall of this
Now we're
room,
talking.
there is a rock carving of a great idol, which is actually sculptured from the wall itself. So basically, it's like a humanoid figure with a horned head, with like an evil demeanor to its face. It's about 4 feet wide, about 6 foot high, carved into the wall. Lots of religious symbols and runes. The floor is of a smooth black slate, and in the center of this room is a pit, about 5 feet across, about 3 feet deep, and it's mostly empty except for a little bit of like ash and stuff covering the bottom. So I'm going to let you guys talk about this for a second.
Damn. Let me in here. This is like a giant worship room.
Yeah, this place creeps me out.
What do you mean? It's just
That
a
god
place
over
for
there
you.
doesn't look like a good guy.
Oh, but he's the god of horny.
So do any of us recognize him?
Yes, you
statue?
do. This is Dave. You recognize it. Roll it. Roll the d6. You've just unlocked an achievement.
He's in the bathroom. He just keys his mic.
It is like all this talking about pooping in the throne room. He's like, I can't hold it any longer.
It's the throne room.
It was that throne room.
It's the throne.
Let's go in here. Obviously, this is where lots of. Yeah, come on. Let's go in there and let's just start tearing this place. I want this thing to come to life. Let's
Who
do
do we
stone to.
sacrifice?
Let's do stone to flesh, and then let's eat it over the fire.
All right. Seeing as how I think we should sacrifice anybody that doesn't have a magical item.
Ooh, Dax doesn't look good for you.
My feet are like magic. Freaking awesome. One foot has 6 toes. So when I'm doing a karate kick, I can use that extra toe for another point of damage.
I was about to say, that gives you a little extra oomph, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, but one time I broke it, had to call a tow truck.
I see what you did there. It's nice.
Well, hey, while we're doing this, let me regale you with some stories from the monastery. I don't know if I told you this story when I was at the monastery, but you need to hear this one. So when Dax was really young, he was just got to the monastery. He must have been like, I don't know, 6 or 7. He one of the brothers took him to like a funeral of another brother that had died, and I didn't know who it was or anything. And I came into the funeral, and then there was like a whole big area there, and I just went to the back of the funeral, and the coffin was open, and everybody was doing the chanting and stuff. Anyways, while I was in the back, this guy starts talking to me. Some older guy, I had never seen him before, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? You need to live your life, Dax. You need to do what makes you happy." And I'm just like, whatever. I'm 7, so I'm like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, before I left, the brother made me go do an offering, and when I went to the coffin, I looked in. It was the same guy that I talked to. I was like, I couldn't sleep. I had nightmares for weeks and weeks. And I finally talked to one of the other brothers, and I told him about it. He goes, "Oh, yeah, that was Bill. He had a twin brother." So it turns out it was just the guy's twin. But it made me start thinking, maybe there's more than just what's here in the monastery.
We were all in the throne room. You guys guessed it. Too good. So I know that I heard you asking. Yeah, Belle, you were asking if you noticed the horn head and with the evil demeanor on his face. There's no gods in basic D&D. There are gods in basic D&D, but it can be any god that you want it to be.
I think it's Hellboy. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start rooting around this pit with all the ash in it. Okay. And I'm thinking that maybe there's some offerings in here, and maybe some of them don't burn, and maybe there's something buried in the ashes.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a? Why don't the group give me a D6 roll? You just root around, and there's nothing but just basic, common personal items that really have no value or anything like that.
I'm gonna go while he's rooting around in that, Dave. I might want to just check out this idol a little bit, check out the workmanship, maybe pull on the horn a little bit, do the Three Stooges boop to his eyes, and maybe put my finger in his nose as a.
Does he have giant gems as eyes?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, unfortunately. Whoa! Somebody's camera fell. Nice, Gary.
My stuff. I fell over, Dave.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, his wife got tired of holding it.
Pick the table, yeah.
I don't know if you know that. He makes her hold it the whole time he streams.
No, the eyes are not made of gems. That's good that you did check that out, though.
But we're poking around on this, guys.
You guys have been clearing this random treasure table off. You guys are just killing it today. You guys have been killing it. I mean, it's a lot of nice items you guys have got. You guys are level 1 with a +2 spear. That's pretty good.
That's good, yeah.
Hell, my level 31 cleric only has a level 3 third circle mace, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, but he only has 1 arm though, Dave. So it worked out.
He's got 2.
But little horn boy, he has anything?
He doesn't. You guys search around the room, search for false panels, you search the pit, and there's nothing of value in this room. Nothing.
Well, obviously, this is where they did throne stuff, and then they came over here to pray.
Yeah, this
So-
is getting weirder and weirder.
Mm-hmm.
A prayer
Should
room
we,
for Rogar and Zelagar, you know?
Check these 2 rooms out while we're up here, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Gentlemen and ladies.
Is the door unlocked?
Ladies first.
The door is unlocked, and you just open it up. And this is a trophy room, as it appears. And as you guys notice that it is a trophy room, why don't one of you beautiful people give me a D6 roll? And a 1 or 2 will
Brutus,
be
you
counted.
can't
They
roll.
can't
He
hear me
said
saying
beautiful.
I
this.
will stop. I was about to roll, but then I was like, "Whoop, nope, not me."
All right.
554.
Oh,
Choose which one is the best, Dave.
There are no encounters in this room. You run into no creatures. But this does look like a trophy room, and it has an assortment of various curiosities that looks like they've been accumulated over the years.
Oh
So-
my God, antiques.
Covering most of the north wall is a massive dragon skin pelt, and it is made of. Definitely, you kind of wipe. So it's a little dusty, but it looks like it was scales from a brass dragon, and it's a beautiful dragon skin, and it's just kind of tacked up on the north
Is it the
wall.
same one in that picture? Those 2 guys that were attacking that dragon and killing him? Was that a brass
Sure,
dragon?
we'll say that that's a brass dragon. Yeah, that's good.
oh.
Yeah, we'll say that it.
I wonder,
Yeah, we'll say it was a brass
I wonder
dragon.
how much we get for that.
It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it would probably be worth something, maybe. At the
But we'd
at
have
the
to pay
west,
some brass tax.
wah, wah. At the west end of the room is a basilisk that's basically frozen in stone. It has a menacing gaze on it, but of course it's no longer a threat because it is turned to stone.
I
On
say
the
we
east
smash it.
wall, you can smash it if you want. On the east wall is a dwarven skeleton. You could tell by its short and stocky bone structure. And it is suspended from a pair of basically iron rings near the ceiling. And yeah, it's given the whole place sort of like this macabre type of presence.
So it's like they did a trophy room. They have a dead dwarf as a trophy?
Yep.
Unless
And
he was
there's-
doing some Olympic events and died like that.
Could be. There's also some other mementos as well, if you'd like to hear those.
Absolutely.
All right. There are two gigantic sets of moose. I was going to say something, but there are 2 gigantic sets of moose antlers, each on a large head. There's 4 dragon paws with the claws extended out of the paws. There is a stuffed cockatrice. There is a large black shield, which could probably looks like it could only be used by a giant. There's a pair of ram's horns. There are a pair of crossed swords. There's a bear skin. And an entire door bearing religious symbols. And then there's a set of 3 colorful flags.
All right, so let's go back to this door bearing religious symbols. Is it like a detached door that's just like leaning up against the wall? Or is it like a door that
It's an
opens?
entire
and there's-
door, yeah. It's an entire door that is just kind of leaning up against the wall.
I don't see how we can not use one of the scrolls to search for magic in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's probably those moose probably has magic antlers.
Well, I mean, the swords right there. I mean, that seems like
Swords.
I will tell you this, the swords are not of an exquisite quality. They look like, and in fact, a lot of the mementos from this room, especially with the 3 colorful flags that I told you about last, you've seen those flags in the other murals. It looks like these flags belong to some of the barbarian tribes that Rogar and Zelagar, basically took out. And these swords are probably from the barbarian tribes as well.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a bear skin. That's cool.
I
Plus,
have a
if
feeling.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like the gods are trying to tell me in some subtle way that we shouldn't expend one of these magic spells in this room.
Plus, if it was magic, wouldn't it be giving off light? A little bit of light. I
Not
don't know.
really. If it was a flaming sword, sure it would, but not. Yeah, none of these items are giving any kind of ominous glow.
Yes,
Although I am. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was saying we can take this door with us.
It's
case
a
we get
pretty heavy
attacked.
door.
In case we get attacked, we could just shut it and be safe on the other side.
Yeah, but this door has a bunch of religious symbols on it.
I might want to take a gander at reading some of those. Maybe my
Yeah, don't
monastery
touch it.
symbol is there. And the symbol of my monastery is two frogs touching tongues. So I want to go ahead and scan that for the.
Do we want to ask?
Why don't you give me a wisdom skill check and add 5 to it? Add 5
here
in
we
the
go.
modifier box. What is your wisdom score?
15?
That is a fail. You think you might know what something is, and you're like, I don't know. I think it's some god, but I'm just not too sure.
Well, I would say that this looks pretty
Close but no
adorable.
cigar. You,
All right,
yeah,
let's go to the next-
they're definitely religious symbols. That's for sure. So, yeah. All right, you guys are heading on.
So as we're up here to this door and Dax is still hanging back, like, how do we get rid of this guy? What
Hey, I was trying to think, what is that religious symbol? Come on, what is that? Come on, Dax, you know it. It's on the tip of your tongue.
So you guys
I just
kind of work your way around the.
God,
Yeah, we'll say you guys work your way around. Oops. All right. So in fact, I am going to go ahead and give you guys work your way all the way around to here where there's a couple of doors that you see. So you guys don't trip any traps or anything like that. It just takes a little bit of time to... This is
I think the whole time walking, we might want to be talking about all this awesome stuff that we're finding.
Yeah,
mean,
you
the
guys are
trophy
really
room.
lucky. Yeah.
The trophy room. Come on, this is where the most important things that mark these guys back. You know what we do at the monastery? What I do is that when there's something super important for us that totally defines my being, at night, and I'll do it tonight when I sleep, I'll tattoo myself with that whole image. So by the time I get back to the monastery, I'll be covered in tattoos that explain my whole journey. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So I have a home
what are you
tattoo
gonna
kit.
Tattoo on yourself today, then.
I'm thinking I could do a giant Shrekker, sorry, a giant shrieker, but I don't want to do it too close to my penis because then it would look kind of weird. But maybe a shrieker, or maybe even I might want a tattoo when I met you guys. I might want to put each of us, maybe one over each of you over a nipple. That's like the whole group or something.
No, that.
Are you afraid that tattoos take your soul?
Yes,
You
that's
can-
what I'm afraid of.
you
Absolutely.
you put the party members that left on each nipple
Is that what I'm going to do?
in remembrance.
No, I think those guys need to die. I mean, if they're just gonna leave us right in the middle of an adventure, that just is. I mean, I've never heard of that before.
Okay, so you guys have cleared all the way up to the you guys have cleared all this out to where you can find 2 doors. Yeah, that way. Whoever did the orange pointer.
Not me. We're standing in front of a door here, Dave.
Yeah.
Ah, you guys want to go in there? Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. And and you guys actually cleared out. You guys kind of checked out around as well. So you guys have a couple more doors down in the lower right portion. So as you guys open up this room, Bella, you give it a good once over, and you don't see anything that reminds you of a trap or danger or anything. So as you open up this door, you walk into the room. Give me a D6 roll, someone. A 1 or 2 will be an encounter.
Yep.
Okay, that's okay. I just take the first roll, so it's no problem.
Yeah.
So you guys walk
Same
in,
number.
and this looks like an access room where you see a 10-foot wide flight of stairs that are descending down into darkness. And you even stand over the edge of the stairwell with your torch and your lantern, Brunus and Wilbur, and the stairs descend down further than the light from your torch and your lantern can reach.
Ha! I
Hey.
told you there was a second level of this place.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
Brutus.
was your- yeah.
Do you want to know where these stairs lead?
They go down, Dax.
Yeah, they go down. But only down. They don't go back up.
Well, if you're at the bottom, they go up.
How do you know?
I push him over into the stairs and find out.
Well,
I
What do
should
you
be
guys
like-
think?
now we have a decision to make. Do we
I think we should go down, honestly.
go down now or clear
Yeah,
the rest
look,
of
this was the trophy room right off of this. So you would think that somebody would keep all their trophies there right off the throne room, and then they would go straight down to the treasure room. I would put the treasure room at the lowest